What is this?
Equity crowdfunding path. This means that right now, at this present moment, you can own a portion of Disrupt. For a minimum of $100, you will receive 23 shares of the Disrupt Corporation. In return, you'll get a percentage of the net profit that this channel makes every single year. The more shares you have, the more of that net profit you'll receive. And in return, my team and I will use that capital to expand the Disrupt operation and bring you feature-length films, shows, and virtual reality content. Our business plan is going to be detailed in the second half of this video. Path B is the path that we'll have to go down if we do not reach our funding goal by the deadline. This would mean a complete restructuring of the internal operations here at Disrupt.
Wait, what do these guys do? This channel is not that big. What is there something they do off YouTube or? I don't understand what they're selling shares of. This channel does like less than 2 million views a month. It's not like they're making a fuck ton of money or anything.
This path is not ideal. So, if you want to secure the future of the Disrupt down path A, please consider investing in Disrupt. Hey, hun, you hear about this, the Disrupt people?
The what?
The Disrupt people.
Oh, in that box thing?
Yeah. They're doing this thing where you can click on that box and then it connects to that thing. What's it called?
The internet.
Yeah, the internet. So it whooshes through the air into the internet, and then you send them.
Will this kill me?
What's it called?
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, money, and then you own a portion of Disrupt. They're basically looking for the
Invest.
No, don't. I got this. It's angel investors. That's it. You think we should toss them a few bucks? Get it? Because I'm a buck.
Yeah. Toss them some dough.
There we go.
Is that really what an angel investor is? I thought an angel investor is some guy that basically shows up and isn't usually expecting a huge return, but kind of like invests in something because he believes in it. And it's like one big. It's not like I bought like 100 shares of a company. I'm an angel investor now.
Okay, very cool. We're now officially investors. Wow. Oh, nice. Hey, Squirt, check this out.
There's a whisper in the forest, and the deer sense that the wolves are close.
You ever see one of those guys? Just run for it. All right, just bolt.
Oh, so that's why he's been getting nightmares at night.
Good afternoon. This is your captain speaking with just a little flight information. We're going
What
to
the
be
fuck are we
taking a
watching?
left to the Grand Canyon on the right.
Sir, there's a new notification for you.
We're busy right now. The ship just crashed.
Understood. However, you did tell me that under any circumstance,
Even if your ship were to crash on a hostile alien planet,
planet, I am to inform you of investments that I've identified across cyberspace.
Hey, what you got?
The Disrupt YouTube channel is selling 10% of their studio to viewers. The Disrupt team is utilizing real-time animation to create YouTube content and will expand into feature-length shows.
films, and eventually,
The real question is, Here's the real meme. What's the valuation of the company? Let's find out. WeFunder.com. The formula I've always heard is 7x revenue. And by always, I mean I've heard that one time in my life. I don't know if that's standard. So if we assume that this company is making, we'll say 150,000 a year on this YouTube channel, that's probably high. That is not standard. What's standard? What is a standard? Let's give me like a standard valuation for a company. How to value a company standard formula. It's got to be like a. Is there like some quick, dirty napkin math? What up, Danny Dan?
Attract schizophrenic viewers.
What I've seen
Stream
from
drug
buying
trip.
websites back in the
Chat.
day, so it's different than a real business model.
Yeah, of course.
But the valuations aren't 7x. So if you have like a premium property that can keep running, like let's think of it like a premium property that's not going to like fade away into like not being cool anymore, or not reliant on Google search or something. But one of those, that can be like a 7 to 10x for sure. Yearly revenue. But most shit, like as an example, if you were gonna sell like
oh my god, I was overshooting so much.
Like Destiny GG, it would be like 3x at the most. You know what I mean? What is being what are we talking about?
3x revenue or 3x profit? Wait, are you talking about selling my whole business or just my website?
Like your whole business, like assuming you would go with it, the whole thing.
That sounds like shit. Really?
That would be net profit, not revenue either.
3x profit? No shot.
You want to go to there's a few sites I can give to you real quick. So go to Flippa, FLIPPA.com. That's a big one. EmpireFlippers.com. That's another one. Latonas.com. These are like the number one places that people go to kind of sell an online business. Now, it's very different if you're a real company. Okay, like that's
you've got like underlying assets and shit that are valued as well, or
well, like for instance, you wouldn't expect to see like fucking Discord being sold on one of these websites because it's like a real fucking business. Like once you're doing like millions a year, like this doesn't apply. But if you're under $1 million a year, then yeah, you're just some small fry dipshit, and you're gonna get like 3x or something.
Gotcha. I wouldn't.
What is this company? What is Disrupt LLC?
Some random YouTube channel. But I was curious. I looked at the size of their channel. They do like 1 to 2 million views a month. So I was thinking on the upper end, if they're monetizing really well, on the upper end, maybe they're making 250K. Although that's unlikely.
What's the YouTube channel?
Disrupt. But this company is from January to December of 2020. They're showing $51,000 of revenue, 52 grand of revenue. And then after expenses and everything, they're netting like $27,000. Why the fuck would you ever sell shares in this company? But now they've got like a WeFunder where were they only selling 20%? Are they valuing the company at $2.5 million? I don't understand. Oh, wait. I'm trying to figure out what.
I'm trying to like. Okay. Oh, wefunder.com/disrupt.
10%? So they're valuing their company at $5 million?
All right, let's see.
That's getting 52,000 of revenue a year?
Invest in Disrupt. What do? We create content for the 21st century. 2 million views. That's not that impressive, but okay.
2 million views is okay, but to like have like a whole like fucking company that's
with 1.4 million subs, that's good. That's not.
Oh no! For the sub count, that's really bad. That's a dead channel.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Sorry, yeah, that's a dead channel.
Okay, so it's a YouTube channel, first and foremost, that sells merch, essentially, right?
Well, I don't know how much merchandise these people sell, but
Okay. So how much money did they make in 2021?
For 2020, their revenue was $52,000. Here, I'm linking you this. Oh shit, wait. Their financials.
Okay, let's see. Wait, where's more recent shit?
I don't know. Dan, is 2020 not good enough for you? They probably have
No,
another
I want
taxes for 2021.
Because they may have gotten fucking absolutely slammed in 2021.
I don't know if it gets much worse than this. Jesus. All right, sorry, that sounds really mean. Let me
wait a minute. They made $50,000.
Yeah, I said that like 7 times, Dan. Yes, that's why I said it's funny. Their revenue is 52 grand. The revenue for the whole company for the year. That seems insane to me.
Wait, no. If you scroll, scroll down. There's more. That's just one thing, I think. So that's the LLC. I don't know what's going on there. What page is
Disrupt
this?
LLC. How is it just one thing? It looks like everything.
So this is page. I don't know what page this is. 6. Page 6. Go to page 6.
What do I see the page number? Oh, page
on the right-hand side by the scroll bar. It's attached to the scroll bar.
This is for 2021, so this is for the next year. Oh, so they made more money next year, I guess. They became popular in 2021. Gotcha. Okay. This is a little better.
Okay, 132K. Now, important thing to note that's not here. Mm-hmm. These fuckers always do this when you buy a website. You're going to be working for free. Notice how your salary is not there to run this thing probably 40 hours a week.
Well, it depends on what the acquisition means, right? If you're acquiring all of their staff and everything, I imagine you'd continue to pay them and you wouldn't be running it, right?
I mean, their entire staff is $38,000 a year.
Yeah, I don't understand what that means. Because I imagine part of the acquisition is going to be onboarding them for at least 1 to 3 years, right? You wouldn't just buy this company and then they all quit.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty memey. How do they have a whole company where I see subcontractor is $38,000.
Yep.
Are the people running it, maybe they're not taking a salary, they're just getting all the net income? That's not really proper in a tax accounting way, right?
So either do it, yeah, I don't think so.
Well, hold on. I'll go back and say that you absolutely can't do that. If you're working, you need to be taking a salary. Otherwise, you're cheating your taxes here, right?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I mean, it's about if they want to say how much work they're doing. They can be like, oh, I'm not really working. I'm just taking an owner's draw. But regardless, someone's got to work at this, I'm guessing. And that's like all the profit there. Like you're basically working full time to get 130K. That hopefully will continue. Probably not.
What does this mean? Short-term investments. What do you think that counts as?
What am I looking at?
I'm looking at the consolidated balance sheet for 2021.
What page is that? 7? Let's see. 9, 8, 7.
I think they're buying Bitcoin.
Consolidated.
Also, what is this total liabilities of $466,000? Can you explain what that means?
Yep. You know what that is? They fucking borrowed money from someone else. They already have an investor.
Hold on. Equity buyout. Total equity, total liabilities, and...
Wait, did they buy the person out?
I don't even know.
You know what would be helpful?
What?
And I don't understand why... Well, I know why people like this don't do it. But usually when you're selling a business, you'll just write like 3 paragraphs about like, hey, plain English, here's the deal. So this is a company that's made up of YouTube and a merch store. Merch store makes most of the money. In 2020, we had an investor that invested $500K. We actually bought him out this year. So right now, the cap table is nice and free and clear. But when they do shit like this, and you have no idea what the fuck is going on, you know that they're...
Well, that's because they're probably... Well, they're opening it up to other viewers. So they're obviously not looking for business-savvy investors. They're looking for people to just throw money at them, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand why... Well, yeah, exactly, right, okay. I don't know how I feel about this shit. I see the so there is the law that came into place for this company like WeFunder that allows this to happen, and I don't know how I feel about this. So before, if you wanted to invest into a startup, you had to be a accredited investor, which basically means you're quote unquote rich a little bit. Not too rich, but like rich enough. Like you could do it, for instance, but like, you know, most other people couldn't. And that was designed to basically say, hey, you're not allowed to go solicit the public.
Because you don't want to get people getting scammed and shit, right?
Exactly. And they kind of like did away with it. There's a new regulation that they did for called crowdfunding, essentially. And it just, I don't think it's good. I think that like the average DGG user does not know how to evaluate something like this. They're just like, oh, Disrupt LLC, that's based. I love their videos. Based, poggers. And then they, you know, the money goes out the fucking window, you know?
Sure. Can you help me read this? I don't understand this sheet at all. I'm fucking retarded.
Which page?
Okay, so on page 7, I see long-term liabilities at $466,000, right?
Yeah.
Now
so they've issued a promissory note. So someone gave this company $466K is my guess as to what that meant.
Sure.
Or they paid off
I understand
some
that,
got,
but now I'm looking down at the equity. What does that mean? Equity buyout.
Okay, let me try and see. So the owner of the company has put in 10K.
And then the owner is paid out and his personal expense to $83,000.
Hold on, I'm trying to understand it. Sorry, 1 second.
Because that equity buyout looks like the company's bought out somebody else with the equity, but somehow that's like a positive thing because they add the liabilities and the equity and they get a really small number. But I would have thought those two things are like.
I think equity. No. So what's happening here is the equity column. I'm pretty sure is kind of tabulating the two things above. So like that's like okay, liabilities and assets there. So you have an asset. You have some opening balance of equity. You have the owner's investment there. Well, but you have a promissory note that went out. So it's kind of like the total of the two categories above. I think that's what they're trying to do there.
Oh, so the total equity in the company is who is this?
Negative.
Is negative 405,000. That's how much.
I think so. Like it means like they owe that money out. So they're like.
But then how is it that when you add liabilities and equity, now it becomes positive? Explain that.
Okay, so
that's what I don't understand at the bottom. Because it seems like, so right now the company, it looks like the company's in the hole by 405 grand. That's total equity. But then they add the liabilities to the equity. What does that mean?
So they're counting the actual shares that this guy bought as equity. I think that's what it means. Like if you bought 10% of my company for 500K and I owe you 500K, I'm counting that 10% ownership in the company as saying that's worth 500K. So you have the ownership, I have the money. I owe you the money, but why I owe you the money, you still have the equity. So I'm going to get your equity back. I think that's the only thing.
Okay. So the liabilities are that big chunk of change, but the equity is theoretically what the company is worth. Theoretically, right?
Right. Like you bought.
But in this case, that equity number is very tenuous because who the fuck knows what the company's actually worth unless you have other like big investors on board, right?
I mean, I think it's going to be impossible for us to figure out unless we ask questions, but Rage Pup can say if he thinks that's wrong. But I assume that they're saying the piece of the company that they sold is an asset. Like, hey, this company, this 10% we sold, or whatever percentage it is, that's worth 500K because the guy gave us 500K for it, and we'll get that back after we pay him back. So, kind of, I think. You know what we can do? We can go and look at stuff to buy. Would that be pleasant for you to do? We can look at internet businesses. We can look at real estate. How much fun would that be?
I'm just chilling right now, Dan. Hold on, how's my meta stock doing? Fucking losers. Zuck! You need to get your shit together.
At least you weren't invested in Snapchat.
Oh shit. Oh, I heard they got fucked. Oh no. What happened? Do you think they're actually fucked? Oh, this company is like done.
I don't know who uses Snapchat anymore.
Everybody that wants to send nudes, apparently.
You're cutting out a lot recently. Anything change with your
Sorry,
setup?
I had to turn my dumbass fucking thing up because for some reason it echoes sometimes. I don't know why. Hold on one sec.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Okay, hello?
Yeah, it's
okay.
If I fine, I'll let you know.
No, well, yeah. If I cut it again, let me know. Yeah, I don't know. Some younger people seem to use it. Whenever I talk to somebody below the age of 25, that was like, "I'm on Snapchat." It's like, okay, I don't know why, but.
I think Rage Pup is saying that I was kind of correct. I'm not sure. They're saying that because it doesn't go away and you can get it back, that's what it... Anyways. I'm just going to assume that Rage Pope is saying, Dan, you're completely right, and go from there. So this is a bad deal, is all I think you need to know about buying into this.
Well, unless their growth in 2022 mirrors that of their growth in 2021.
Are you going to go on WeFunder
and buy them all up?
Yeah.
2021, they made 200,000 in revenue.
We'll just compare it to a shitty real estate deal. What can we do?
Well, I'm just curious if that seems right. $2021. Is there a way that I can just get it to add all the views for like a year? Damn, they had one huge month in January, but then it looks like they deleted videos or something. 2 million.
Or no, or it just like didn't tabulate correctly, and you take the average of those two for both months. That's probably more likely.
Yeah, maybe something got fucked up or weird. They have so many subs and they don't get... I wonder, maybe they just don't post videos that often. Hold on, let's check.
I am...
Oh, actually, their engagement's not too bad. Could be better given how infrequently they post videos. But it's not too bad.
Fifth Avenue. Your broadcast.
Random times. Then the
How many
story
subs do you have on YouTube? Like 500K, right?
I wish. Almost. Like 445K, I think. 444.
So who makes these videos?
Their company, whatever that means.
That means the dude that's going to be selling the shit, who owns it, who works for free. I'm guaranteeing you that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
What's on the agenda today?
I have I think I'm going out to eat with Nathan and my grandparents at 7. So that's what's on the agenda for tonight. Destiny doesn't realize because he doesn't use Snapchat, but the majority of content on Snapchat is reposts of Twitter, Facebook, and TikToks. Okay. Oh yeah, that's true too. They're only selling 10% of the company, so he'll still maintain most of it. Of his $5 million or $10 million company. Interesting. The concept of investing in YouTube channels is interesting, I think. No?
High risk. And not necessarily even high reward, to be honest.
Could be if it blows up. I called
Really?
a few. I called a few of them early.
Do you think that you would be like getting 10% of the profit, or do you think you would just be like, well, you're a passive investor. The revenue is mine to determine what I do with. I guarantee it's going to be.
Well, if you have 10%, the revenue is his to do what he determines, right? That's kind of all you can do, yeah?
Yeah, so what's the fucking point?
Well, you get paid out of the profits, right?
No, you wouldn't.
Well, if this guy's getting all of his payment through equity, which it seems like he's doing, and you have equity, wouldn't you be getting paid as much as or as well as he does, percentage-wise?
No, I don't think so.
How not?
Just being a percentage owner of the company doesn't guarantee that you have access to whatever, especially if he takes 100% of the income as salary instead of an owner's distribution, then you're not entitled to anything.
Well, it doesn't look like he's doing that now. I guess he could change to that model to fuck you, but then...
Yep. I want you to imagine that you created a company, and that's like you have a few employees working there, and you're like, hey, you have 2%, 5% here, and you pay them. And the idea is that if the company ever sells, they get a nice check. But do you think that the assumption being that all the profit that comes every month, that you're going to give them 3%, 5%, 2%? I don't think that assumption is there.
I guess it depends on the type of...
With most startups, it does not work that way. You go to work for a startup, and they're like, hey, you have 2% working here. If the company starts making money, you don't get to expect that you get
No, yeah, that's
2%
true.
of the profit.
Unless they're paid out as like dividends or something, right?
Yeah, but who would ever do that and for why?
It's not. They must have an operating agreement where they're saying they do that, because that's what he said in the video, that you'd be earning part of the future profits, right?
Who knows? I mean, maybe like he's praying that a sale will happen of his channel in the future, and that's when you're going to get paid or something.
Mm-hmm.
So do you actually believe in Facebook? Because of like all the companies out there, that's the one I like believe in the least. It's the one I find myself, with the exception of...
I just have a hard time believing that the expectation versus the reality of that company really dropped like 60% in a year. That's unbelievable. That feels like an insane overreaction. But I don't know shit about it, so who knows?
I feel like the only products that Facebook has that has value is WhatsApp and Instagram. And I don't give a shit about Facebook.com, like, at all.
Don't they still have over like 1 billion fucking users?
Do they break it out on Facebook when they do their like, and they say we have this many users? Like, do they? They must like say like, oh, it's all on. Because I feel like it would be disingenuous to count like WhatsApp and Instagram users, especially WhatsApp users, because WhatsApp probably has a fuck ton of users, but I don't think it's very likely they're making any money on that besides the. Is it even free now? I think it's free now, right?
I have no idea.
What about the Metaverse? I believe in the Metaverse. Just don't think Facebook is ever going to be able to own it because no one will ever trust them. It's gonna, if it comes out, it's going to be from some other company that people will do. Nobody wants the Facebook Metaverse. They want the Metaverse, but not the Facebook Metaverse.
I think they would if our Facebook accounts were still more relevant, but I just don't think we use them for anything. Like if Google made a Metaverse, even if you didn't trust them, you'd use it just because all of your accounts are already plugged into Google, right? That's how they'd get me. But for Facebook, I could get off Facebook. I don't even use Facebook except for the Messenger app.
I think if you're talking about the Metaverse, I think there's two use cases for it, potentially. The first one is like the augmented reality, walking around and complimenting your life type of thing. And the second one is like the fucking Ready Player One. Now, the Ready Player One type of thing, which I have to imagine that's what Facebook's going after much harder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that attached to any of my identities at all. Like, what about if I want to be like a
racist?
I did not say that, but sure, as an example, what about if you want to be that or something else? I don't think anyone's going to want to be like a giant furry squirrel running through the metaverse if their name is like Stephen Monell attached and you can go see who their mom is and shit like that by clicking a few links. Like, I think that's the fundamental problem. And like I won't sign up for any website with Facebook. I never click the sign in with Facebook just for that reason. It's like, I don't want any of this shit. Like, if this site gets fucking hacked or whatever, I don't want someone to know that like I'm on like kittycatfans.com, right? Like that's like a huge thing. So I think a lot of people probably feel the same on that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.